Hey guys, it's TNN and today we're going to have a look at the Fikwot M.2 SSD. This is a 2TB NVMe SSD and it's perfect for your PlayStation 5, which is what we're going to use it for, and also for your laptops and your desktop computers. Now, it is a gaming SSD, it's a M.2 SSD, and it can work with up to 7,300 megabits per second, which is pretty decent, and this is one of the cheapest, most budget SSDs, but also known to be quite good actually. So it is by a company called Fikwot, and this model is called the Jupiter. So I bought this one for £94, and it was on sale on Amazon, but for £94 for a 2TB SSD, that's really good. And to put that into context, if we have a look at SSDs from other brands such as let's say Samsung or Crucial, you know, you're looking at a lot more. So like a 2TB Samsung SSD, you're looking at around 145, 150 pounds. And then if you're looking at a company like Crucial, you're looking up to around 120, 140, you know, around that sort of area as well. So this was actually quite a decent price. So let's go ahead and let's have a look at it. We are going to install it into my PlayStation 5. So this is the box that it comes in, pretty nice packaging. And it is sealed as well with Fikwot sticker on this. Let's go ahead and peel that off. Love ourselves a little peel like that. Stick that in the bin. Right. Super tight packaging. It's those type of packaging that just rip when you try and open it. There you go. Right, let's pull this out. Somehow. Struggling to pull this out as well. There you go. It even comes with a little screwdriver. Look at that. So we've got a little manual here. So it is a Chinese company, but it is quite a well-known Chinese company. It does come with 5 years of warranty as well, which is pretty good. So let's open this up, and it comes with a little screw as well. Here we have it here. So we've got the little screw, that's what the tape is for. So you can screw it in place. We've got the actual SSD, and we've got a little Phillips screwdriver for the screw in to put it in place. So let's go ahead and let's get my PlayStation, let's fit it inside. So here we have the PlayStation 5. It is a little bit dusty, so don't judge me on that. So you want to get to the bit where the DVD is. So this is the disc version of the PlayStation 5. I am getting completely full of memory with my games, so time to upgrade it with the SSD. Now you can run games straight off the SSD as well, which is what's really cool about it. So you want to put this DVD slot on this side over here, and then you want to just grab it on both sides and tug it a little bit, and it should just slide off like so. And it is dusty as predicted. So here is the SSD slot over here. So we're going to use a little screwdriver that's provided by Fikwot. So let's go ahead and do that, and hopefully it should fit and just be able to undo this over here. It's a bit tight, so I'm going to try and undo it first, then we can get it. Now that was a little tight, so I did have to undo it fully off camera, but here it is. And this is the screw you want to take off. It's a pretty cool screw. It's got like the PlayStation logos on it as well. Not sure if that's focusing right, but next we've got to take the tray off, which just slides up like that. We have a T10 screw over here. Now we are going to have to move that down, of course, because that. So if you see over here, you got the 2 pins up here, so it goes up like this. Just got to line it up with the pins and just slide it in place. And you literally hear it click into place, like so. And we're going to move this screw and washer over to here. So let's go ahead and I flipped it over for you guys so you can see a lot better. So make sure we get that screw and its washer. Here it is. Slide that back on there. Let's start off by hand first, make sure you're not cross-threading anything. And then screw it tightly in place. Don't need to go too tight on it, but just enough so it doesn't move. Now we can put the cover back on. And do the rest all in reverse. Pop this cover back on and slide the PS5 cover on, and then we'll power it up and we'll see how to transfer all your games over to the SSD, and we'll see how quick it runs and compare it from the actual PS5 drive compared to the SSD that we just fitted and how games run on both. So we'll go ahead and do that now. So as soon as you power on your PlayStation 5, you will come to this screen. So just go ahead and turn on the PS5 controller, and you want to just format the M.2 SSD, and just go ahead and do that. So this was the read speed that the PlayStation actually read on the SSD, which is 5,432 megabits per second, which is actually pretty decent and should be good enough to play some games on. So once you are in your PlayStation 5s, go ahead and go on to settings, storage, and you can go on the M.2 storage. You see over here we've got 2 terabytes of memories. And if you go on console storage, you can see the storage on the console is starting to fill up. There's only about 100 gigs left free. So if you click on installation location, you can click on PS5 games, change it to M.2, PS4 games, change it to M.2. So by default it will go to the M.2 SSD storage, and then you can also transfer over some of the games already. So if we select F1, that one is actually installing, so you can't select that one. But for example, if we can select something a little bit quicker, maybe thinking Rocket League, something like Rayman would move super quickly, so it's 9 gigs. If we move that over to the SSD, you can see it's moving, and literally, in a few seconds, it's moved over. Simple as that. So I'm going to go ahead and move over some of my games over to the SSD to save up some storage. I'm moving a bunch of games over, 204 gigabytes, and look, it looks like it will take about a minute. It's already done 40 gigs, so it's super quick transferring over. So yeah, let's move these over and see how they run. Right, so let's check out the load time for games. I've got FC24 on the actual console storage, so not on the SSD. Let's just see how it takes to run up, and then we'll move it to the SSD and see how long it takes to run up then as well. So let's go ahead and let's click on it now.
Sports to the game.
Okay, so that took around 40 seconds. So if we go ahead and go on console storage, and we find EA Sport FC24, select items to move, and let's move that to the SSD. And hopefully it should move pretty quick as well. Look at that. Shouldn't take too long, a few seconds. It's already done half of it. The SSD is super quick, especially at moving games over. It can transfer a lot of files really quick. Look at that. Boom, just like that, we're in the SSD now. So now let's go ahead and let's boot up EA Sports FC24. So that was around 35 seconds. So look how quick the SSD actually boots up the game. It's just like the console storage, in some cases even quicker. So yeah, amazing. In my opinion, I think this is a really, really good SSD. Super powerful, super strong. I've currently got a bunch of games on it now. I've now been able to download so many games on my PlayStation where I've been running out. You see over here, we've got 1.19 terabytes. It's super easy. All these games I've got downloaded. So yeah, definitely I'd say buy this SSD. If you're looking at a cheaper budget SSD, it's really great value for money. Link to buy will be down in the description. And overall score, I'm going to give it a 10 out of 10. It does what it says at the tin, and it's a great value for money. As always, don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. And thanks for watching.